Howdy, y'all, and welcome to the EEARSS podcast produced by Terrier TV. I am Frank Robb. I want to give a quick shout out to Edna Wilson with Celebrate Remax Aerospace for sponsoring our program. Edna and her team love Titusville and the Space Coast, and they are dedicated to helping their town thrive. They know buying or selling a home is a really big deal. They promise to help you make your home ownership dreams come true. Okay, now that I've for some reason slurred every word there possibly is to slur, at least I'm not butchering people's names the way they tell me not to say them.
She's got to be used to it by now.
She has.
I'm sure she listens every time and just goes, okay, Frank, you're so close.
3 times at this point where I've just nailed it.
It's true.
Yeah.
There were.
Yeah, there were. They were in between there somewhere.
They're not 3 times consecutively, though.
Honestly, I think the past 3 times before this, I had it pretty good.
The last time definitely was good. But I don't know. Do you put the shows out in order? Because the audience maybe.
No,
the past several I have.
Okay. Well, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, because we haven't really had any in the
That's
bag.
True. We haven't had a lot. Yep.
Yep. So between now and we got a break next week for spring break.
Yep.
So this show will be on for spring break, and then how far are we between now and summer? Is it 3 months?
9 weeks.
Wow.
9
so
or
we
10
got
weeks.
a lot of making up to do.
Yeah.
The May 6th, 13th.
No. May 26th is the last.
Okay,
day
end of May.
End of May. Yep. Go all the way to the end of May.
So what's new and exciting with you guys? Anything good? You're not wearing the same color, but somehow you still match.
Did you guys? How much money did you make? Do you know yet?
I have not been at work this week.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
Oh, that explains.
She's been working on her tan,
Yes.
and she's been working on the tan.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
there we go.
You actually are a couple shades darker than normal.
We finally finished our last major audit, and my boss was literally like, "You need to take time off," and I was like, "You don't have to tell me that again.
Oh,
I will
that's
not
great.
see you for a little while."
That's okay. Yesterday I got home, and there's water flooding out of my utility room.
No.
And I'm like, oh no. And the expansion tank on the water heater had fallen off.
No.
And buddy,
That sounds like a mess and a half.
It was coming out. There was water everywhere. But I got terrazzo floors, so
Good.
So you just get the wet vac and
Yep.
get it all up, and it'll be fine. But yeah, it was not fun to come home to.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but hey,
It happens. It seems like it happens to everybody about once every 10 years.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not watching the water heater and ready for it. It's
Right.
it'll rust out and
I kept
you
saying,
have a good time on your hands.
Maybe it's time, but nah.
It's gonna last forever.
That's right.
Forever. I feel like we should break in a song for something. I'm not really sure what though.
Let's try not to.
I consistently find myself when I'm by myself breaking into a song for all sorts of reasons.
Okay, well, that's
That's how I entertain me during the day.
Mm-hmm.
If the dogs are there, it's even better yet because they look at me and sometimes they bark along with it.
I find my children tell me that I hum songs.
Really?
When I'm thinking or something, or if I'm working on something, I hum a song.
Is it consistent
But
the same
I do not
song?
know the song. It's something that I kind of just make up.
Is it always the same thing though?
No, it's different all the time. All the time. Drives my kids crazy. They're
We're
like,
fixing-
Dad, you're doing it again.
We're fixing to have a chat with a guy in a minute who's an investigator of a lot of things.
Okay.
So maybe we ask him those kind of questions.
Okay.
Like how do
I don't think that's
how
his
do we?
thing, but
It's
well,
not, but maybe we dig into his internal thinking of people,
That's right.
and he can come up with something.
That's right. He can tell I'm a deeply disturbed individual that should not be.
Oh my garage!
Okay.
All right, you guys ready to jump into this?
Let's do it.
All right, now that we've tickled ourselves enough, it's very tickling. All right, so today on the podcast we are joined with Jason Patt, and I was jokingly going to say Jason Patt, but I wasn't going to say that. Jason, howdy, buddy. How's it going?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, brother. It's happy to have you here. So, why don't you
Thanks
tell?
for having me.
Yeah, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about you, and then we're gonna jump into your book and a little bit more about some about that.
Okay, yeah. So I just recently retired about a year and a half ago from law enforcement. Did 21 years. Before that, I was in the military. Retired as the chief of my department, and rode out into the sunset. I worked pretty much everything you can think of, from corrections, canine patrol, investigations. I was a task force officer with DEA at the end as well, which was pretty cool. And just had a lot of fun, a lot of interesting, things over the years. So
No doubt you have. You just released this book called The Road Death Traveled, which you also have a podcast named for the same thing, which we will talk about that in a little bit. Thank you so much for sending me this book. We were talking about it a second or two before we started the podcast. I legit had some hardcore cries on this thing. I know you said you didn't intend it for that, but I think, I was trying to think of the proper way to put it into words. It is one of these, I think it's a book that really, people that don't have any insight into what's going on with law enforcement and people that are out there as first responders and serving us, they should read this, and it'll give them a real firsthand view of the things you guys have to go through on a daily basis. It's not that maybe I didn't know that, but it just reawakens my appreciation for everybody who serves in any way they serve.
Yeah, I honestly think you're the first person to tell me that you cried like a baby reading that book.
Yeah, legit.
But everybody handles things differently. Just like, I talk about it in my book, how everybody handles, death differently, or people handle, the way that they, react to getting notified differently, or the way that they notify people differently. So, everybody handles things a little bit differently, and don't worry, man, I won't think any less of you. So.
No, yeah, like I said, to me, when I'm reading something or watching something, those are the kind of reactions I want to have, because it means I was invested and interested in it in the first place. And this book is something else. You go through different cases you worked, giving people notifications, some interesting other things there at the end. I had Bill and Cindy each read the first couple of cases you had in there, and then the first couple death notifications, and you go over the one of them, if we can talk about it for a quick second, was one you were at where this guy watched an accident happen and didn't realize the accident he watched happen involved his daughter.
Yeah,
And
that was really messed up.
man, that was one where I lost it right then and there, because thinking about that is just, man, it's a lot of stuff to have to digest. How do you, when doing this type of job, what do you do in your off time to get, because you can't ever get that kind of thing off your mind. What do you do to let loose and move on from a day like that?
Well, honestly, when I was on the job, it was, everybody handles things differently. And what people do off the job is all up to them. Me personally, I would, hang out with friends, hang out with family, play video games, do outdoor stuff if the weather was nice. Up here in the Chicago area, everything's weather dependent. So, but I would handle things differently on the job. Fortunately or unfortunately, I talk about it in the book. I talk about it in the podcast as well. That it's not disrespectful towards anybody. It's not a thing where people in our business are making fun of people, but in a way, it's a twisted, sick sense of humor that you have to kind of look at some of this stuff.
Oh yeah,
and not that was funny, because that's not funny at all. But there's certain cases in the book, and that's not one of them. But there's certain cases in the book where you're like, come on, like this can't even be real. You read some of these things and you're like, there's no way. And you laugh at this stuff. It'll kill you if you don't. It will.
When you see death and destruction and depressing things all day, every day, you have to find any excuse you can throughout the day to take a step back from that and detach and laugh.
Yeah, you do. It's true.
So you just started your podcast journey as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so pretty much I can't really talk about who, but I was contacted by a network that is interested in possibly turning the book into a miniseries. So
that's awesome, and it makes complete sense.
So, but part of that discussion was starting up a podcast and gaining a following and stuff like that. So, I talked to a buddy of mine who, Robb, who is also the guy that does all of my artwork. He did all the artwork on the book. And he does a lot of other stuff for me. He's a great guy. And I said, hey, you want to do this podcast with me? And he was kind of like, and then he was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And, so he's my co-host now. And, so we rocked that out.
Yeah, I watched your first episode, which was very good. It's such an intriguing profession that you lived, and I can speak to this from the profession I've been part of for a long time. Your profession ends up becoming, when it's this kind of thing and you're pretty much on 24/7, it is your life. It's part of you and part of what you do. And that's it's interesting being that guy. I'm sure it was always being called for this stuff, being that fella.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. If you're always that guy at the party where it's like, oh, this guy, does, hey, why don't you tell them, the craziest thing you've seen or the most disgusting or the funniest, and then you tell them and then they go, and they just,
why did you tell us that?
Yeah, I can't believe you said that, or why are you laughing at that, or, did you really just say that? Oh, shut up, that didn't really happen. That kind of stuff. So.
Oh Lord, yeah. There's some of the cases there when you speak of disgusting. There's one that makes me think of in particular, which involved a couch and a bunch of kids, which I won't even get into. But that was
that's actually episode number 2 that's coming out next Friday. So
is it really? Okay.
Yeah, it's part of episode number 2.
All right. If you don't want to talk about that one, then we won't talk about it. But that was one of the more disturbing things I've read in a long time, and
we can talk about it.
I was gonna say So, in this story, there was a guy who had been decomposing in his house for quite a long time.
Okay.
And when any kind of thing decomposes, there's a lot of fluids that are involved.
Right.
And they were
It's
asked
gross.
they were asked to take this couch this guy was on and bring it outside, and they did. And they got a call later on. The neighborhood kids were all out there playing on it.
Oh my.
Oh God.
No.
Yeah, they're rolling around it on purpose.
Oh no.
Yeah,
But they didn't know. They just thought it was like
Right.
this couch, and normally, like I say in the book, I talked about the podcast. We're not furniture movers, so we don't do this kind of thing. But
Goodness
this lady was
gracious.
kind of like elderly, so we kind of did a favor for her. And you damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And
Oh,
next
wow.
thing you know, we got these calls that the neighborhood kids are jumping on this couch with this decomp fluid, and it's just splashing on these kids. And if you can imagine, like,
It's terrible. It's terrible.
yeah, it's
Goodness gracious, it's
and
terrible.
they all then they all walk home, and
Yeah.
Mom, somebody threw out a perfectly good couch.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Now I want to ask you, education-wise, what did you go to school to be in law enforcement, or was it something that you just kind of happened into and then developed as you went along? What'd you do?
So I started my law enforcement career in the military as a military patrolman.
Yep. Thank you for your
and then
service, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad I did. Just something I always wanted to do. But thank you. So it just kind of like went from there. That's how I started my career. And, I really enjoyed it, and I just kind of went into it. Funny enough, though, I went to school for culinary arts. So
That is interesting.
There you go.
I missed that one. That is interesting.
Yeah, that's what I went to school for. So, but yeah,
Is cooking still a big part of your life?
well, yeah. I mean, I co-own a food truck with a buddy of mine, and we have our own line of barbecue sauces and rubs and
Which
coffee.
is really freaking good, by the way.
Yeah, Bearded Veterans Grill is the name of it. So
Indeed.
you can go to beardedveteransgrill.com if you want to check that out. Stuff is awesome.
You wear so many hats, buddy. Goodness gracious. You wear a lot of hats.
If you get bored, you die, I guess,
Yeah. Yeah, well, I reckon you could probably write a story about that too. Yeah. So how did you and I first meet? I'm trying to. If I go back, I'm pretty sure I know exactly where we first met and how we met, but I want to hear your version of it.
Oh God, this one night at band camp. No, I believe we met through Betsy at golf outing.
Indeed.
That
was the first one, I
golf
think.
outing.
That would have been 2019, correct?
Yeah, probably. Well, that would have been the first one I met. That would have been where I met you. Would have been when you came for the golf outing.
Right.
Because
Okay.
it certainly wasn't helping you capture that alligator. I could say that much.
No, it probably would have been after that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so it would have been with because obviously I've known Betsy before that. So then it would have been at that golf outing.
Yeah, the Canal Shores event,
Yes.
which is coming
Which
up
is
again
an
here
awesome
pretty
event.
quick.
Can't wait.
Yeah, you're gonna be at that one.
I'm gonna try.
Okay. Yeah, for those that don't know, Betsy Shepard and Joel Murray hold an event for first responders every year in Chicago. that they first responders who have been through traumatic events or of any kind. They bring them in from all over the country and kind of give them a couple days to think about something else. You know what I mean? Have a good time and kind of get their minds off everything. So that's an epic event. One of my favorite things I look forward to every year at this point.
Cool. Yeah, it's definitely a really cool event that they put on for everyone. So, and I'm honored that Betsy asks me to come still. So I think it's really cool.
Likewise, yeah, it's an honor to be there and be part of it. So I gave you a little bit of homework. Did you bring any homework with you?
I did. Are we at that part already?
Yeah, let's jump into it because it'll lead to a whole other set of questions.
Okay.
It always does.
So you wanted these 5 trivia questions, right, buddy?
Yep. Give them to us one at a time. Is there a topic?
They're all different.
Okay, awesome. So a little bit of a potluck or potpourri. I love it.
There we go.
All right. So Cindy's been last week. Cindy kicked all of her butts. If we're being honest.
Cindy did very well last week. So
yeah, which is the first time in a long time.
Yeah, I had to redeem myself.
We expect that trend to stop.
You're probably going to be happy.
Yep, go for it, buddy.
Okay. Question number 1. What was the name of the first U.S. naval warship sunk in World War II?
That's a great question. I think. Wait.
Well, if it's sunk in World War II, it would be at Pearl Harbor, right? Let's see.
Do you know the answer to that one? Hold on a second. The kids think they know.
Hold on. Okay.
Oh, he's strutting over to it.
He
is strutting. If you don't know at this point,
very
if you're strutting,
confident.
there's something wrong.
I want to say the USS Arizona?
I don't think it was the first.
Was
No.
it the first?
No, it was at Pearl Harbor. but
If you did any
Saratoga?
research on me, you
Hold on,
would
let me
know
read the book jacket and see if there's anything on that. No, nothing about any World War II ships.
Saratoga?
No.
Saratoga?
No. The ship that I was on was named. The ship that I was on was renamed after that ship that was sunk.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm struggling now. I should know this. I know I read this. Dag nabbit. Any other guesses in there, guys? Are you tapping out? Uh-oh. He says
Now,
1 second.
see, at this school, and one of the guys in the control room is a member of the Naval Junior ROTC. He should know this.
He should know
Tisk
this.
tisk.
Yes, that's a demerit. We'll give him a demerit.
Yeah. What's that?
Well, the answer is the USS Reuben James.
Oh, okay.
Never in a million years would I have come up with that. Just FYI.
I know.
Just FYI.
Well, Cindy, you knew it. You were just holding back. You didn't
was
want to make
was
us
that a
feel bad.
battleship?
That's right.
That's right.
What was that a battleship,
was
Jason?
No. It was God. Now you're stumping me. Hold on. A second. I don't even know.
How does it
I don't
feel?
Yeah, terrible.
No, because now I wonder what kind
Question
of ship it was.
2.
Okay. Yep,
Okay,
Gotcha.
there we go. Ooh, that was a great
Hilarious.
segue.
That was hilarious.
What a great
I
segue.
love it.
Yeah, I'm learning. So, in what state is it legal to hunt unicorns?
What?
Okay, Cindy, come on.
The
where's it?
state of denial? What?
The
In what state is it legal to hunt unicorns?
The
That's
state
right.
of denial.
In the
That is-
United States.
In the United States.
There is a state where it's legal to hunt unicorns.
Wait a second. Is
That's
it
the most Florida thing I've ever heard.
Is it the continental United States?
Yes.
Okay, so I was going Alaska. 100%. I was going Alaska on that
Okay.
one.
Like, when you say unicorns,
They're believing unicorns apparently.
And you can hunt them. So we believe in them,
It's in the laws.
Yeah,
and
can
you
we-
can kill
Yeah.
them.
So you can. Does it have to be
Yes.
bow and arrow, or can we use firearms?
You know, it doesn't really say.
And what is the season? When does unicorn season begin?
Yeah, when does it begin and start?
listen,
That's hilarious.
instead
Probably April 1st. to
That's
be
what I'm
honest with you.
thinking. April 1st. And
It's a 1-day season out of
It's
the
a
year.
one-
Yeah, on April Fool's Day.
okay,
Yeah.
you think
it's my
you know?
wedding anniversary.
Okay,
Right.
if you go
Jesus.
0 for 2 on this one, buddy, I'm sorry, we're not letting you back in.
Yeah, this is it, Brandon.
Yeah,
That's
you,
all
better,
you got.
you better get this one
The
right.
pressure's on.
Yeah, get it. What is it?
I'm
You want the
throw
answer?
this out there.
Hold on 1 second.
Hold on, Brandon's going to try.
Massachusetts?
No,
No,
but you
no.
got the M right.
Is it Michigan?
It is Michigan.
What?
Michigan.
That's a
Did
weird
Maddie
one.
know that? How did you know that?
Google, probably, I'm assuming.
She's saying she just guessed it.
She knows the
Oh,
most
okay.
random things.
Michigan.
Okay.
I wonder
Michigan.
why.
Why?
Now I'm going to need to do more background on that one,
The
too.
people-
Maybe
from
the
Michigan.
people in the Yoopers, the Upper Peninsula, have nothing to do, I guess. I don't know.
That's right.
Is that what
And
they
they
call them,
don't like
Yoopers?
unicorn.
That's
it's
what
pretty
that
much
is an
Canada.
That's an ooper.
Yeah.
They call them, there's some Yoopers or something.
Yeah,
I think.
the Upper
Yoopers.
Peninsula.
You've heard that
Yeah.
term before. Bill.
Oh yeah, Yoopers.
I never heard.
They
that
don't
one
like
have
it. It's
family in
what they're
Michigan.
referred to as, but they don't like it.
Oh, they don't call themselves.
No,
that.
they don't call themselves that. It's what other
No.
people call them.
Is it a derogatory
Us.
term?
Oh yes, very much so.
Wow. Okay, things I learned today. I feel
yeah.
like that was a whole next trivia question within it.
I'm going to be spending all night now Googling why it's legal to hunt unicorns in
Well,
Michigan.
why wouldn't
Well,
it?
I
be?
just wonder. I wonder what time frame that is from. Think
Maybe
about
we could
that.
do a charity event, Frank. You want to do a charity event, like a unicorn hunting charity event?
I'm all in. Yeah.
There you go.
His
Yeah.
eyes just lit
Yeah.
up.
As long as people don't like start sticking horns on deer and stuff. You know what I mean? I think I'm all good with it.
Well,
Because I can
you know,
see I can
you
see
win-
people going off the deep end with that. I've always wanted to kill that deer, and now he's dead. Look,
You
he's a
win some, you
unicorn.
lose some.
Yes,
you know?
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
That pig had a horn.
Yeah.
I don't care if that was Bob's pet pig. It has a horn on it now. It's dead. It was legal.
It was like
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. All right, sir. Go to the next one.
What was Walt Disney's biggest phobia?
Walt Disney's
biggest phobia.
having his head taken off and frozen.
No.
No, I'm just
That
making. That was a
come
bad
on.
joke. Come on now.
What was
That's the
Walt
rumor down
Disney's
here that
biggest?
his head's somewhere frozen on Disneyland property
Oh,
or
Jesus.
Disney World property.
That's awesome.
I've heard that since I was a kid.
Brandon is pantomiming in there, and I do not know what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
don't either.
you've cut yourself out,
Yeah,
buddy.
forget it, dude. You
Yeah.
have no
Now,
credibility.
you can get Maddie
You're
or
done.
somebody to say it for you,
No,
but
you can. No, you're not drawing anything.
I can't tell what's going on right now. Is he afraid of writing on a chalkboard? Is that what you're saying? Okay, fair enough. It would have to be an animal, I would be guessing.
You think?
I'm guessing.
Oh, I'm saying elevators. He was afraid of
Elevators.
elevators.
You could stick your head out of an elevator and get it chopped off.
Do you know how many people die each year stepping onto an elevator that's not there?
Oh God,
Are you
Oh
joking?
yeah. Oh yeah.
great!
No, it happens.
Something else for
Well,
me to
this is
fear.
something Jason would know
Thanks,
about.
Bill.
Is this true, Jason?
I never had a case like that, so I
Well,
don't know.
I will tell you, my roommate in college was Sigma Chi, and one of the founders of the Sigma Chi. That's the way he died. He
He thought he
pressed
was
a button, the door opened, and he was talking to somebody else and stepped off, and boom,
That's a zero
and it was
awareness
not
factor.
there. It was
Oh
not there.
That's a
my
zero
God.
awareness
But
factor.
well, or it's just that you come to expect it.
I bet you this is the same guy. When he goes and hunts for unicorns.
Probably he's dead now, so I don't
Maybe.
know.
We can't
I don't
ask
think
him.
so.
In your experience, Jason, what was the more common death scenes you went to? I'm sure it was probably overdoses.
I mean, yeah, drugs
Yeah.
drugs and suicides are the biggest.
Interesting. Okay, so now I'm interested what the answer is.
His
Yeah.
biggest
Mice.
fear. What?
Mice.
Are you serious?
Yep,
What?
The irony.
that was why I thought it
Wow.
would be a great answer.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
irony.
Brandon's so
A great
upset. He
question.
apparently actually knew that.
He
You
was
should have
afraid
spoken
of,
up.
He was afraid of mice. Is that a
I'm
documented
assuming
thing?
that's. Yeah, you can look it up. I trust me. You think I knew these things? I just googled like cool trivia questions.
Okay.
Afraid of
I-
mice.
Wow.
The mouse house, afraid of mice. Huh, interesting.
So really, Mickey was just a figment from his nightmare.
Aren't there
Why do you
dancing?
think he looks so creepy? I mean, look
That
at
makes
him.
so much sense.
Oh my god.
He's like, I mean, when you look at Mickey, don't you want to go like, like,
So, funny story. I'm
Like, and you
actually
see, like, the
afraid
scene
of
from
circus
Saw,
music.
you know?
Like, it's an actual thing.
Oh, are you? Circus
Yes,
music
and
doesn't.
Wait, is that a phobia?
Uh-oh.
Is there a name for that
Oh,
phobia?
I'm sure
I
there
mean,
is
there's
at
people
some
scared
point.
of tinfoil, so I
So,
guess. I mean,
It looks like your daughter didn't know this because now she's like,
He's-
what?
Oh, she's
You
gonna
gotta
use
be
that against
kidding
you
me.
so much now. You
Oh,
know
yeah.
that, right?
You know her
Yeah,
playlist
Cindy's
now
daughters
is-
It,
in the
like,
room
Ringling
helping us. This is
Brothers
gonna
It,
be all
it
bad.
actually causes a physical reaction when I hear circus music.
Wow. Okay. Mental note made.
Wow.
I didn't ever see that one coming. Did
So we
something
need to-
bad happen at a circus as a
aren't you
kid?
glad you guys brought me on?
Oh, 100%
Yeah, this is
I am.
great.
This is flipping wonderful.
My heart rate is through
Now,
the roof
now
right
we got
now.
to change our bumper music.
No, but for Cindy, what happened? Okay, so Jason,
Yeah,
you're the professional. Can you try to get
Yeah.
out of her why this is a problem?
Oh, God.
yeah. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, please do.
You're turning the tables on me. I'm
I'm-
the
I'm
one that
letting-
says, let's
I'm
talk
letting-
about
I'm
this.
letting
Do you
Jason
guys have a
talk to you.
spotlight? Do you guys have a spotlight you can put on her?
The
too?
lights are on her right now.
Oh yeah, the spotlight's on
The
her.
spotlight's on her right now.
Dying. This is the worst.
So let's talk about this. So what?
It's clowns. Clowns are at circuses. It's
Oh, so you don't like clowns?
also, no. I don't like a lot of things. This is
No, I think my
This
daughter.
is a whole nother podcast, I think.
Yeah, really,
Yeah,
I
I
think it
think
really
so.
might be.
everything City's afraid of.
Maybe she should be a guest on another podcast where we just talk about her phobias.
Oh, I think I know exactly what you mean, and she should. Yes.
It would need to be a 20-part series. You'd be in it for the long haul.
We were just talking a minute ago. I have a phobia of maybe wearing shoes.
I believe that. I've never actually seen you wear them.
That's true. I golf barefoot too, so it's a kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, do you really?
I do. I love golfing.
Oh, he
barefoot.
does.
Oh, wow.
I like the
I've
grass
thought
in
about
between
It's
my
good for
toes.
grounding, though.
Oh, it is. It's
I've
great.
thought about it, but I've never done it.
Never golf barefoot.
Yeah, no.
You can.
I never
Your
have.
swing will improve vastly because you're comfortable the whole time. There's no sweaty feet. There's nothing slipping around anywhere. You just kind of dig your toes in. But I mean, again, my toes are backup fingers, so I mean, it's I could pretty much hang upside down by them. But
I myself have one phobia:
really, what's that?
spiders.
Really?
Oh,
And
yeah.
that is because when I was in Iraq, we had to deal with camel spiders.
Oh God.
My
Now-
brother used to send me pictures of those on his deployments, and they were
Now-
on a different level.
I never had a fear of spiders until I went to Iraq. And ever since I came back, I'm just convinced they all want to kill you.
Oh.
So,
It's because those things are kind of combative. Yes.
well, not are they combative, but they're like the size of rats.
Oh.
Yep. He showed me some pictures of some that were like the center part of them were like as big as the center of your hand, and their
Oh, yeah.
legs went out like the size of a basketball.
Oh, they're ginormous. They come in packs.
That's unnecessary. That is.
Now,
Mm-mm.
now, where do you normally find them?
In the desert.
Okay, but they're not like crawl in your shoes kind of thing.
I
or-
don't. Oh no, you could find them in there. I mean, it's like scorpions. You'd have to empty your shoes out,
Okay.
before you put them on. And
They told
Oh,
me
yeah.
that when I first went to Texas. They told me before you put your shoes on in the morning, shake them out because the
Oh, yeah.
scorpions like to climb in there overnight because it's nice and warm.
oh yeah,
And, yeah.
the
that'll-
research
We
we
have-
do, we come across scorpions in our stuff all the time. So anytime if out in the middle of the scrub, if you leave anything laying out on top of a piece of wood, there's always a scorpion underneath it. Our scorpions aren't like the scorpions you guys deal with, though. It's a different. Ours are itty bitties, like the size of your fingernail.
Oh no, we
I
had
am so
these
uncomfortable.
scorpions. These scorpions we had to deal with the scorpions. There was the camel spiders and the sand vipers. Those were like the three biggest things, like animal wise, that we had to worry about.
I say the viper part sounds pretty cool. The rest of it, they can keep.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Wow.
So out of all of the things we've talked about today, I am not afraid of mice. That's it.
Well, there you go.
I did not see the clown music thing coming up though. You should, Jason. As soon as you started doing
Yeah.
that, you should. Cindy about lost it. I've never seen her change colors so quick.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was that's
Yeah.
pretty nuts.
You'll have to see the video.
Yeah.
It's-
When the
it's-
video
can't
comes out,
wait.
it's
It's
worth
telling.
watching without a doubt. All right, so
That's awesome.
we got one more.
No, two more.
Okay,
Two more.
sweet.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Okay. What state has the most volcanoes?
I'd say Alaska.
Hawaii?
I think it's
Oh, wait.
Alaska.
Alaska is correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I would
Alaska's
think
correct.
Alaska.
We noticed
yeah.
that when we were when I would spend a month in Alaska, and there was volcanoes everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, we were out fishing on the Kenai, and they're like all around you as you're fishing. There's volcanoes. If I wouldn't have experienced that myself, I would have never believed it. Have you been
Wow.
up there before, Jason?
It's like a bucket list of places for me to go. I've been to almost 30 countries and almost every state in the U.S., but I haven't been to Alaska, and I really want to go.
If you do any fishing at all, even if you don't, go out
I
and
love fishing.
go halibut fishing.
Okay.
It'll rock your world, man. You're dropping a line down like 500 or 600 feet. You might be 100 feet off the bank, and you're dropping a rod down with about a 10-pound weight on it, 500 or 600 feet to go fishing. It kicks your butt just rolling the weight back in.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a lot of fun. It's a good time.
Wow.
All right, number 5.
Number 5. Where were fortune cookies invented?
New Jersey.
Yep. United
No,
States. It was the United States, right?
it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was China, but it wasn't.
I had this one on one of my previous.
I was going to say,
Trivia things.
didn't we have this? And
No,
now I've already forgotten
This was
the
not
answer.
on here, but this is one that when I used to host trivia, I've asked before.
Okay.
So I have to put myself aside
Oh,
for
you have
this
to
one.
put yourself. Okay. Well, but we've both said stuff, so
Well, you know that one's wrong. Go ahead.
What? It's one of the southeastern states. I swear we
It
had
is
this.
not.
it's
It is
Oh.
not.
Okay.
No, you were
Okay.
you were closer on your first guess.
She said the United States.
Yeah.
Well, your first guess when you were in the Northeast.
Well,
No,
I said New
not
Jersey.
at all.
He said New Jersey.
Well, not the answer that I saw online.
Oh,
Okay.
really? Okay. What do you got?
What is it?
San Francisco.
Oh,
San
okay. Yep, you're
Francisco.
right.
Oh,
Maddie's
again,
in there celebrating.
again,
Apparently,
Maddie
she knew that
thinks
too.
She knew that one too.
Oh,
She,
Lord.
trust me, she knows everything. She tells me all the time.
So, Jason, if people want to find your podcast or your book, tell us. You have a website? You have a place we can go find it?
I do. So you can go to TRDT. Sorry, let me start over. TRDTmedia.com. So TRDT for the Road Death Traveled Media.com. And
Which
that's
is a
where you
really
can,
cool website.
You can go on there and you can, episode 1 is the only one that's up there right now, but you can go on there and listen to episode 1. You can get some merch. You can order a book. You can do all that on there. So.
Yeah, I'm holding your book here now as we're talking about this, and it was an excellent read. I would definitely encourage people to do that. It says it's you've won a couple of awards with it, or second place award with it for
One award.
It's gonna get more, buddy. This is a great read. Super appreciate you being here, and thank you for I don't, after reading something like this, I would encourage those of you out there that maybe don't completely understand the blessings we're given by first responders every day to maybe pick this up and read it, and it'll give you a different appreciation for what a lot of people live through and go through every day to really help us be at ease with a lot of things. I don't even know the proper words to describe it, but I'm very thankful for all you've done for so many people, and proud to call you a friend, buddy.
Thanks, brother. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to call you a friend too, and thank you very much for having me. And if you guys have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you.
All right, appreciate it, Jason. Have a great day, buddy, and thank you for being on here with us.
You too. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, talk to you soon, bub.
Okay, bye.
Well, that was an awesome podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I didn't know any better way to put it other than that. That was an emotional book. I understand. It gives you such a better respect for what first responders do. I mean, really, I don't know. I don't think I could do that job. I'd be a wreck all the time, and it makes me appreciate people that we know and maybe we're sitting beside that deal with things similar to this every day. And yeah, just man, I'll tell you what, something else.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's got to be some kind of emotional roller coaster and all that kind of stuff. And yeah.
I mean, I deal with a lot of stuff with people's pets and things, you know what I mean? But it's that one's hard at the time, and then you can go home and love on your own fuzzy critters, and it's better, stuff like that. And it's stuff you don't unsee, but stuff like that it's a whole different level, man. It's there's zero comparison.
Yep.
Zero comparison. But
sometimes I feel sorry for myself, because I have to deal with the knuckleheads, but
yeah.
But that's a whole different world. Buddy.
Like kids that play with their phone instead of switching the graphics back and forth.
Or the ones that are talking to each other when I'm signaling to go to camera 2 and don't go to camera 2. That's okay, dude.
Now he's gonna.
That ship has already sailed, man.
My
I didn't. When he was getting ready to hold up the book, that was the time to go to camera 2.
When I did this,
but
right
no,
here.
we're like what he's doing now. So if you had then gone to camera 2, there you go. Now Frank, look at camera 2. It's over here. There you go. Beautiful.
The Road Death Traveled.
That's right.
You can buy it.
Now see, that was a moment we missed.
It's a great book.
But now we've got it again.
Yes. Yeah, it's a greght book. I'll tell you what. I'm probably gonna read through it again just to wreck my own world again.
There you go.
But yeah, anyhow. Anything good going on with you guys the rest of the week?
Going to Texas over spring break.
Are you?
Yep. Gonna go see my twins.
That's great.
And my granddaughter, Emma.
Yay.
Wow.
How old is she now?
She is 7.
Oh my gosh.
She's 7. And yeah. And school is very hard. And she doesn't like it.
Oh.
Poor girl.
Life only gets harder, honey.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Cindy?
I'll be working for spring break.
You're back to it after your week off?
Yes.
Have you had time to kind of get your head clear and get all rested up?
Did you work on your golf game?
How did you know?
That's what I figured.
How did you know?
Have you ever swung a golf club?
What kind of a question question is that? What do you mean, have I ever?
I'm just asking. Do you
yes,
play
I'm
golf?
not good at it. But
Do you actually play golf?
no.
Oh,
Do I
okay.
play golf? No. Have I swung a golf club? Yes.
Okay, two different things. Yeah, I respect that. Okay. I only
I'd
swing
love
one
to
at this
say
point.
I'm good at putt, but I'm really bad at that too.
Really?
Maddie's
She's
dying.
agreeing.
I'm getting confirmation from the control room.
At their last big dance competition, the whole team and all the parents went out and played, and I was like dead last. Like there was last, and then there was me.
Do you at least are you the person that hits the golf balls into the parking lot and hits people's cars?
Yes.
Like windshields are broken, you're like, that was me.
Right off
That
the
was me.
course. Yeah.
I got it.
Like
That's
if
what you
we
got.
were going for distance, I would have won.
Well, there you go.
That's what you got insurance for. Free
Yes.
windshields.
Yes. At the putt-putt course, they do longest drive.
They should.
They should. of
They
course.
should. They should have one spot where you can just take your putter and just
It is.
slam the golf ball as hard as you possibly
I
can.
feel like you should get points for effort.
There you go.
You want your participation trophy, is what you're telling me?
I do.
You want your
I am a
putt-putt
millennial.
golf participation trophy.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a perfect way to end. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in today. Make sure if you see Cindy, you do not play any clown music of any type. And we appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors. Also want to give a quick shout out and a thank you to Kelsey's Pizza. They've been a huge supporter of ours for a long time now. And they need the thank you. And from Olives and Grapes, which we'll have the owner of that Stan here on the podcast with us in a couple of weeks. But anyhow, thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you all next week. Bye-bye.